Namaste, everyone. My name is Psychic Channel Jill M. Jackson. And for those of you who have not hit the subscribe button, please remember to hit subscribe below and also offer your comments on how you are enjoying my prediction videos. Okay, so this one is about the energy and predictions around August of 2024. Some of the energy and some of the potential timelines that I have been shown actually are for August, September, and even through the end of the year. So let's dive right in to what I'm being shown. First, before I talk about the new predictions that I've been receiving, let me go on record to say, for those of you who have been on my newsletter for years, you will be aware that I did predict the assassination attempt on former President Trump, and I also predicted that he would survive that attempt. And I also predicted that I did not see Biden on the Democratic ticket, and that has come to fruition as well. I started talking about that in January of this year. Now, some things that I am seeing are continued chaos around the US election. And I'm going to choose my words carefully so that my video doesn't get taken down. But what my guides keep reminding me, well, there's two things they keep saying over and over the last few days. The world is a stage. That's the first thing I'm going to say. And the second thing they've been saying is, remember the fall of the Roman Empire. And it feels like that there's some cycles and similarities and synchronicities regarding the fall of the Roman Empire and what the United States is going through currently. I do feel that things are not always what we're being shown and told on mainstream media. There's a narrative that they are wanting to push out there. Now, having said that, I am also predicting that before the end or before November, before the election, and I'll talk about the election in just a minute, before that, I do feel like Biden completely does step down. I feel that there's been health challenges for a while, and I do see him completely stepping down, and I see Kamala getting sworn in as president, and this does feel like right before the election. I'm gonna say September, maybe October timeframe on that. Now let me say this. I also still see a lot of chaotic energy around former President Trump as well. I see some issues coming for him around the September timeframe. And there are some choices, soul choices, I guess I would like to put it that way, because I don't like to speak about things because we all have free will choices, but I do sense danger around him. And if it's not that, I feel there's a health challenge, but I do feel September is a very, very risky month for him. So I still see chaos around the election. When I tune in to the election, there's some psychics that aren't seeing the election at all. I'm not being shown that timeline, but what I am being shown is that there's still chaos around the results, like Spirit's taking me back to the 2020 election. I feel that as it sits right now, if the election were being held right now, I feel that Vice President Harris would win the popular vote, but I feel that there is some discrepancies around the electoral votes again. And depending on whether Trump is still on the ticket or not, I do see the timeline. If he is still on the ticket, I see him disputing the results, and I see a fraction or a faction of the country going in that direction. Now, my husband, who Mystic D. Francis, who's also a psychic medium, predicted in January he was seeing Nikki Haley light up for to be president at some point, or at the very least to be on the ballot. So timing is interesting. So that could end up being this year, or it could end up being the 2028 election. But some energy is highlighting around Nikki Haley as well. I feel like that there are surprises coming on both sides. It's just a very fragmented energy. Now I do feel like August, I feel danger around the DNC. So for any of you who are considering attending it, listen to your own intuition. Our own intuition always will let us know if we are in danger or not. So tune in and listen to your own intuition. I pray that that timeline does not play out. Please join me in sending peace around that and around everyone during these revolutionary times that we find ourselves in right now. So I do feel like there's a potential for an event, a false flag, something along those lines in either August or September. I do feel a potential for a type of terrorist attack, but again, I'm not going to say too much. I don't want the video to be taken down, but read between the lines. Spirit keeps showing me the same energy around the 911 situation. So please join me in holding the energy of peace so that these timelines will be anchored in a different timeline and they do not play out in our reality. The dates in September that are highlighting for me to be really extra careful and to stay anchored in an energy of peace and safety are the dates of September 15th through the 30th. The first part of September doesn't really highlight for me in any warnings or anything like that, but the second half of September, I am getting some energy highlighting around that as well. You may choose not to travel during those dates, but again, listen to your own intuition, because this, it feels like the other thing Spirit keeps talking about is there's an event coming, and I believe Spirit brought this through either last month or the month before. There's an event coming that affects everybody around the world. It feels financial in nature. I feel like there's a collapse, there's a glitch. So use your own intuition about how you feel on cryptocurrency or digital currency, but I do feel that that is being ushered in as well. And then the other thing that I would like everybody to join me in holding the energy of peace is around the New Madrid. That has been highlighting for me for quite a few months now. I have been feeling that it's rumbling. I'm feeling like it's building for another very, very large earthquake to happen around the New Madrid fault line. And then, strangely enough, the first responders and the military are holding a simulation for, I think they said, an 8.4 New Madrid earthquake. And, it's interesting because a lot of times if the powers that be know something that's coming, they will do a simulation around that very event. So that didn't give me a warm and fuzzy feeling when I heard that that was going on right now. And then another psychic friend of mine had felt uh, flooding connected to the Mississippi River, and that tied into my prediction from years ago about the New Madrid. And what Spirit had shown me then was flooding 100 miles on each direction when the Mississippi River flows backwards during a New Madrid earthquake adjustment. Again, let's do our best to anchor a timeline where that does not play out. But at the same time, listen to your own intuition, guys, because there feels there it feels like a lot of change, a lot of chaos coming. And then about a week ago, Spirit woke me up in the middle of the night, and there wasn't a storm or anything going on, but psychically I could hear the rumblings of thunder. And Spirit said there's more hurricane force and tornado force windstorms coming, um, like amplified more than we've ever seen before. So it was not a pleasant feeling. I'll be honest. I felt anxiety in my solar plexus, and I felt, we've had storms here in Mississippi where trees came down in our neighborhood and the power was out for several days, and it felt like similar to that, but amplified. So again, join with me to hold the energy of peace. I just I feel like there's Spirit saying right now, two Category 5 hurricanes. One potential is the East Coast, and one potential is the Gulf of Mexico. I feel like this season is going to be chaotic around storms as well. Um, there's an energy of uprising going on, and a few videos ago, I made a prediction about women rising up. And women rise up in a much different way. Women rise up by organizing and joining together a lot of times. Sometimes they do march in the streets, but that prediction is coming to fruition right now as well. There's a lot of women who have joined together, in excitement around a female potential president. And again, I'm not going to go into too much around that because, again, the world is a stage. But I do see that energy of women joining together. And I do see that continuing in women speaking up and speaking out that they will not stand for their rights being taken away. So that's all I'm going to say around that. I just see that growing, and I see more and more demonstrations around the world continuing. That's going on currently as well. So please remember that we are powerful, powerful co-creators, and you may have people in your life getting more and more triggered by who you are, by what you represent, by what you stand for. And, you may have people leaving your life, and you may have people sort of verbally saying to you that they do not resonate with who you are any longer. Just know that my prediction around the train that Spirit gave me in 2019, I've been really seeing that come to fruition as well, where we're going to know kind of what train people are getting on. The 3D train of separation and division and hatred, racism, sexism, misogyny, homophobia, those are third dimensional energies. And then the 5-dimensional train is the train for peace and unity, and knowing that we are all connected through the collective consciousness. So it feels like that more and more of the 5D is anchoring out in, and I'm seeing a separation of sorts. And there will be a time period, I feel, in the next 3 to 6 months, is what Spirit is saying now, where those who stay anchored in the 5D, those in their lives who are in the 3D, will become more and more hazy. You will still be able to see them, but it's like you will be watching a movie. You will feel disconnected from the reality of their lives. Okay. Stay safe, everyone. I'm going to ask Spirit to help me with 3 cards that represent the energy around the month of August. And actually, Spirit just asked me to draw 4, so I'm going to listen. All right. So the first card that that came out is the Lovers. This is basically choices, and this goes along with the train analogy and where we are in our own free will of where we're wanting to, which train are we wanting to get on? Are we wanting to stay anchored in fear and separation in the 3D, or are we wanting to get on the 5D train? And know that when we get on the 5D train, there will be some grieving about what used to be. However, we will be joining together with more like-minded, heart-based, unity-filled light workers and star seeds. Okay, so the choice is upon us right now. Now, the 3 of Cups represents a lot of celebration as well. So I do feel that there are some really exciting things that we're going to hear about in August. Again, feeling like we're going to hear about people coming together, joining together in unity and celebration, because what Spirit is saying about this card is the energy of the paradigm of the new earth has anchored in, and it is on more solid ground. So the way Spirit showed me is it's like this, but we're all on the same planet, but occupying different dimensions within the planet. And so there's celebration around the energy of unity getting more and more anchored in. Now, I also, Spirit gave us the King of Swords. This can represent air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And I also am getting psychically that this also represents Trump, who is a Gemini. And then the card that came right after that is the 8 of Cups, which is walking away. So I feel like that there's a couple of timelines in August and September where things change around around Trump. And I know that intellectually that doesn't make sense, but I am still feeling like there's a timeline where I feel his health is at risk, and I feel like his safety is at risk as well. So a lot of endings and a lot of new beginnings coming for all of us in our lives. I'm sending you so many blessings. Stay safe, subscribe below. Check out the High Vibe Tribe. This community is growing, and we are having the most amazing live events. We're doing 3 live events every month, and we're interviewing New Thought spiritual teachers. We're doing live channelings, live mediumship galleries, and also just talking about um, spiritual topics as well. And with those, everyone on the call who chooses to join us in talking about it is welcome to do so. And that's amazing too, because we're really getting to know the members of our community. So check that out. I'll put a link below for 50% off for you to check it out for 3 months, and check out the online school. And then we have 3 spots left for our September Sedona retreat. I'll put that link below as well. 2 of the spots are for roommates. So if you know a friend that would want to come to Sedona with you, we're there the 5th through the 11th. And we have a very, very economical rate for that option as well. Much love, everybody. Namaste. Stay safe. Remember that we have the free will choice every day to co-create our reality, and to know that we are co-creating a reality of unity and peace. Much love. Until next time, namaste.